Hey, Kyle here. This is a little video on one of my army lists. Now, this army list, I've come up with it for close quarters combat. Normally, for an army or a board that has a lot of terrain and a lot of obstructions and buildings and whatnot, So, while I have this all out, I just thought I'd make this video. I'm just going to start off right away of basically what I have. This is a basic librarian with a bolt pistol, storm bolter, right here. Librarian with a storm bolter, chapter master with a storm bolter, power axe, artificer armor, and a jump pack. This is my honor guard, basic honor guard, basic honor guard with auxiliary grenade launcher, and an honor guard with a relic axe. I'm gonna show this guy right here real quick. This is the third honor guard. I have him done. He's still hardening. I've made a relic axe out of spare dreadnought parts. Looks kind of like a banner, but it could be used as a giant weapon. So I'm just calling it a relic axe. The story behind this is that this is the parts of a fallen dreadnought, fallen venerable dreadnought, more like it. That the sarcophagus was basically blown up and it couldn't be fixed. So they basically decided to take the facings and any parts that could be salvaged and made this as sort of to honor that venerable dreadnought that was destroyed in glorious combat. So that's my honor guard. This is a basic combat squad, nothing 5-man. It's not even a split up, it's just a basic 5-man tactical squad with nothing but bolt guns. I could give this guy a chainsaw sword, but I just decided not to mess with it. And this might be a tactical squad anyways, so our full tactical. This right here is just a basic tactical squad with flamer and missile launcher. Sergeant has a bolt pistol with chainsaw, very simple. But this one right here is for long range heavy weapons. And basically what this squad here does, this is like a 205 points, I believe, to field. The sergeant has a power fist with a plasma rifle with a las cannon. Now these guys are meant to go inside of the rhino, try to get as deep as they can and roost themselves inside of a fortification or around cover or anything really that gives them cover. And they pick off people who tend to come into the line of sight. Now, moving on, that right there is an assault squad. One of them does not have a backpack, the guy in the back with a plasma pistol. I'm going to get a backpack for him shortly, in the next couple weeks, before games day, of course. And the sergeant, there are 2 plasma pistols on 2 Marines, because you can have up to 2 as long as you have 10 Marines, because for every 5 you can choose to have a flamer or a plasma pistol, so I just chose plasma pistol. The sergeant has power fist with combat shield. Apparently with the combat shield, since it's attached to the arm, you don't actually hold it. You can have a pistol, but I'm not going to bother because it's a pain in the ass to rig one on there. Moving on, come up to my elites, zoom in. There is my regular dreadnought that has a twin-linked heavy flamer. Now, real quick, I'm reaching out to basically have a question answered. This is a twin-linked heavy flamer. It has 2 spouts at on the end there. It says in the codex that it's twin-linked. Well, if it's a heavy flamer and you have to use a template and that's how many you hit, then, how the hell is it twin-linked? Do you re-roll on the wounds? Or what? That's basically how I've been doing it. I've been re-rolling on the wounds. And I would like to know how this works so that I don't continue making the same mistake. So please put that in the comments of what a twin-linked heavy flamer does when it's twin-linked. Do you re-roll the wounds or what? It's the only thing that makes sense, but please correct me if I'm wrong. And the power fist also has a storm bolter on it. Now my venerable dreadnought here Apparently, the point value for plasma cannon and assault cannon are the same points, so I can switch them out with no point difference. And you know, it doesn't really mess with anything. Right now I have a plasma cannon on there and a power fist with a heavy flamer. Oh, and both of these dreadnoughts have extra armor. By the way, I forgot to mention that. Both of them have extra armor. Now moving on, this is my Land Speeder Typhoon. Just it has a heavy bolter on there for closer range defenses, in case someone comes up and tries to assault. And that's pretty much it. I use him just mainly because I can roost him up on top of a building or a piece of terrain and sort of rain hell on people below. Moving on, this is my little conversion, my Landwalker. Now this right here is an Assult tornado pattern. I have a assault cannon on the bottom and a twin-linked multi-melta on the top. Now this is for a closer range. It's great for urban environments with a lot of buildings, because it can, as long as the building is within 12 inches of each other, I can hop from building to building with this. Same with that there. So I can basically hop from building to building with this and fire weapons, which is kind of nice. Moving on, I'm just going to move on to the dedicated transports. I have my Razorback, basic Razorback, but it does have extra armor. All of the rest of my tanks have extra armor, just so that they can't be exploded. Because from what I'm told, correct us if I'm wrong, having extra armor, it modifies the damage modifier by 1. So if it's glancing, it decreases it by 3. If it's anything else, it decreases it by 1. So it helps. So I have a twin-linked heavy bolters on there. This usually holds my honor guard and my librarian. I can't put my chapter master in anything because it has a jump back. And then there's my Rhino, which also has extra armor, and I have a storm bolter. Usually holds my heavy tactical squad. And now for my just recent model, I have a Land Raider Crusader, which has twin-linked assault cannon, hurricane bolters, and multi-melt on the top for anti-tank defenses. If a tank gets too close, or any vehicle, or anything really, I can blow them to pieces. Liquid hot magnesium, yeah. I'll put a little goofy driver. That's actually the driver, if I had to focus. That's the driver. I made everything modular so I can pop this up. And I like the little door mechanism. I put the smoke launchers on, searchlight. Even though they come standard, sometimes I don't put anything on that on there. But this is my Urban Assault unit, Urban Assault list. I have all the points calculated on this army sheet. Very sophisticated, I must say. I forgot to put in extra armor, so I just wrote extra armor with 2 arrows going to the 2 dreads. Honor guard, I put them all the way down here because it could change by increasing numbers. And this is how many points this is worth. 2,067. It's a fairly large army. I'm also going to recalculate the points and subtract the extra armor, just in case. And then it'll basically be 2 numbers, that and then extra armor reduced. So 2067 for an Urban Assault list. It's a lot of crap. Very sophisticated. But anyways, tell me what you think about this list. It is subject to change. I will paint it eventually. I might get this base coated after this video. And maybe I'm going to wait another day for those 3 to cure. But anyways, tell me what you think. I gotta go. This is KyleXPie665 signing out. Bye-bye.